Alright, I am gonna repeat the video. I did something truly idiotic when making first video. No, as a matter of fact, I did it correctly. But I figure out that I can do better than that. I figure out that it was not explained good enough, and I don't want people to make mistakes about this stuff here. The word is about maybe this individual here. His name is Igor Juršič. This is a Novo mesto police director. A criminal that wears a blue uniform and acts as director of Novo mesto police station, I should say Dolenska region police station director right there, handshaking with another two criminals. No. There were more pictures about him. This is an individual. Right there. That's it. Good. So, because this chameleon and other chameleons, criminals that barricaded themselves inside of this house, domestic terrorists with police badges in their hands, truly employed by the Slovenian police department, presented numerous issues pertaining to AliExpress, even before AliExpress existed, foremost to Alibaba, and even earlier eBay. The word was about products. I figure out that better way than for me to use wristwatches would be just to turn my attention through this criminal here to the wristwatch. Hold on a moment. I actually even see him wearing a watch right there. Wow, I did not pay attention to any of that stuff, and that looks like a smart watch. So we're going to be talking about the time before the smart watches came out, definitely. And I don't see him wearing the stuff I'm talking about, which is quite expected. But still, that does make no difference. This gangster was inside of our house. He was inside of our kitchen. And he washed my brain as per which one of the elastic watch bands I should wear. So we're talking about the time before the smart watches came out. Definitely this individual was wearing expandable elastic watch band. He was not the only one. He came up to idea based on observation from me. I never wear any kind of expandable, any kind of elastic watch band in my life. The first time I wear elastic watch band, this was actually when I headed to Poland, is when I purchased myself a watch that has an elastic watch band, and even that watch was stolen from me. It was a few dollar worth watch. However, it was of sentimental value to me, and it was stolen to me by the Polak at Gorna Lodge. Individual with a dog who was involved in MK Ultra could not resist to steal this 3-4 euro worth watch from me. This here is the watch band that he adhered to. Primarily, this was the watch band he was insane about. In fact, his wrist required from him a 22 millimeter wrist. I mean, his taste, watches and whatever he wore were big. So he required 22 millimeter. 22 millimeter for this individual was a standard. And this, according to him, was the best watch band there was to purchase from Alibaba, from AliExpress. Chinese government was using this individual for evaluation purposes. He was used also next to other police investigators to evaluate me and then report back to Chinese government as per what my view, opinion was on products. And a little earlier when I was doing the first video about this, I decided I'm gonna do a part number 2. I even suggested that he did not report properly back as to what I requested from one to report about. So what I did was I created here a picture. It's a picture that demonstrates even how I identified this individual. Now, I identified him because of this watch band here. Not that I identified him because of this, but this watch band that I took the screenshot of from here, from this page here, just like this, is the watch band that has a defect on it. And the way this defect works, well, basically is like this. So I already demonstrated why watches, why it doesn't pay, why it doesn't work. Oh, I did not a proper screenshot. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna do this here so that you understand what exactly I meant by when I did this stuff here. Yeah, but the problem I created here for myself is basically that whether I screw it up. Let me see this here again. I screw it up because I did not properly demonstrated this thing. So this is the way it is, the original the way it works. The original watch band looks like exactly like you see it right there. And on the right side you can already see, as I corrected one, basically the way this watch band should have looked like, but it does not. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this here and I'm gonna turn this for 180 and I make a copy of it. I'm gonna turn this back and I'm gonna turn it also. Oh shit, it did not add up to it. Yeah, well, let me see now what that's gonna be like. No, it doesn't do the job here. I see. That's the trouble. So You're gonna do it back like this. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna take this away, and the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this one more time, 180 degrees like that. And that's the way the watch is supposed to be, opposed to what you see that right there on the other side. That's not the way the watt's supposed to be, like the way you see it on the other side. Now let me demonstrate you what exactly do I mean by this. And I am just gonna take the watch from here. As a matter of fact, that's exactly why, because it doesn't come like this. And I'm gonna pop one right here. And I want you to see this here. So I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna separate this tool, take this further away, I'm gonna do it like this. Transparent like that. Take this away like this. And so this is not exactly the most aesthetic stuff, because it's probably the most reasonably priced it is. You're gonna end up with a watch like this. With something like this you're gonna end it up. As a matter of fact, that wasn't good either. For me to demonstrate how you're gonna end up, I'm gonna borrow this link, then I can deliver this back here like this, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this link here, because this is exactly the way it looks like. It's not good. Okay, this is not okay. The okay stuff here would be this here. This would be okay stuff here. This, however, is okay. This is the way it works. Yeah, you gotta. These are such a small things. Yes, they are small things, but this is how watch properly is. This is the proper way. This is how it is. This is actually the way it is. It's exactly like this. Yeah. That's why I suggested on the picture that you see right there. On one picture is okay, and on the other picture is not okay. In fact, I'm gonna put it this way. Not even the way I suggested right there for you is okay, because the middle part here that you see here, the golden one here, that's the part that should go like this. You know what I mean? And not like this, you know, going up here like this. What the fuck? This is not the way it is. It's like that, like I demonstrated right here. This is what makes the band, the watch band, a watch band. When it comes to the stainless steel quality, this here is the standard for the quality. So the stuff like this is done to have the watch instead merging into band, watch band, whatever, and or vice versa, right? So we do this the proper way. This is the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be. And what you see here on the left side, that's exactly not the way it's supposed to be. This here is how can I say? For me personally, it's a garbage, to put it plain and simple. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Watch band, watch strap supposed to merge onto the watch, not being basically detached from it, not feel like as a part of its own, separate from the watch. It's supposed to be as one. This isn't about matching the colors only, watch, whatever, or this is about the design. This is the basics of the watch design, is exactly what I demonstrated you right there. This is basics. This stuff right here in the middle that you see, in fact, I did not even portray this properly. This stuff should have been like this. It should go back down like this, like that, for the watch to be really, to make sense out of it. As to the part you see right there, that should be still like this, with a silver color, like that, sealed. Somewhat like that, something like this. Yeah. This here would be a better illustration of what I'm trying to say. The watch, just as I indicated in video, in the first part, in a previous video, really should merge. The watch band should really merge into the watch. So I'm gonna go instead to do it here. In fact, just as you see from the case here, from the watch right there, the watch band is getting wider and wider, like this. Is going like this to finally fit the proper entry, the proper measurements of these lugs here. I should say not lug, but you know, something like this, right? So it goes nicely through these lugs here. That's one thing. So it goes wide. Obviously, how the hell can I say? Not this way. That's ugly. This is not the way it works. And because the watch band that you see right there on the right side is completely straight, in other words, it goes like this. It doesn't go either way. It really is important to pay the rule to this issue, which I demonstrated you, so that it makes sense. That watch band, the way they sell, doesn't make any fucking sense. Maybe even better illustration that I can use is this one here. This is probably the best illustration that I can use. This is Casio Edifice watch band. Maybe it's the best watch band in the industry, I don't know. I don't like it though, because I like elastic watch bands. I really never wear any of the elastic watch bands other than, as I suggested, was the watch band which I purchased in Poland. And then there was another watch band that I also used to have. That was the watch band that I was using sometimes in 95 and 96 in United States of America, just like this, a cheap watch band. So that you see me, I'm the one talking about this. It was Novo Mesto Police. I purchased that one in Miami. It was Novo Mesto Police. It lasted me maybe days. Just maybe 2-3 days it lasted before Slovenian police, in front of the eyes of the Central Intelligence Agency and Federal Bureau of Investigation, which assisted Slovenian police in crime against me, have destroyed me. And it destroyed one immediately to me, to give me a sign that I am not allowed to have one. Literally. In United States of America at Miami Beach. Robert Golob, Golobich, etc., etc., yes. So this is what the edifice looks like, Casio edifice looks like. I said these are animals. I am on my blog, I'm talking about the animals, but it's, as I suggested, even bigger animals than the animals I'm talking about are the people like William J. Burns, like a head of Central Intelligence Agency, and Federal Bureau Investigation directors and law enforcement police. These are animals. Animals inside of the White House, animals inside of the US Congress. They were looking for this kind of sensations to press forward politics. I'm going to cut here. I don't want to get into it. The United States of America is a mentally ill country that is based on conspiracy theories. Whatever they refer to as a conspiracy theory, one thing you should know about United States of America, they function based on what they refer to as a conspiracy theories, of which some truly are nothing more than lies, some truly are nothing other than conspiracy theories. And what is really bloody evident, it's a big deal, a big thing. They keep up going with it to convince my case at large was used to brainwash people, to change, to alter mind of the American perception on reality. You can do so. You create all kinds of crimes, big crimes for which you insist they're conspiracy theories, and then you have a mother of all crimes going parallel to this that somehow doesn't cease to exist. That was my crime. With people having ability to see that's actually happening. But it goes to the category of conspiracy theories that makes completely invaluable, damaging for humanity, garbage, in eyes of the people, even valid. I'm not talking about my case, but I'm talking about other issues that humanity decided about are going to set them apart, set them aside. These are what Central Intelligence Agency, Federal Bureau Investigation also use me. They use me to brainwash the entire United States of America, even into lies such as Donald Trump, to see it as true, as real. The brainwash lasted 5 generations, 50 years. I am 53 now and started when I was a child. This is the issue I never mentioned anywhere, because it's definitely worth mentioning. I was used for international espionage by CIA, FBI, and I was also used to brainwash, to damage domestic issues also, and so on. They literally use me for the war, for domestic war and international wars. Warfare. So this is basically the way it's supposed to be. This is a perfect example where you can see the external watch band, part of the external watch band, simply merging into the watch. Basically, simply, simply, yes, like I stated, simply merging into the watch. Simply merging into one. You see how nicely it merges. It merges like this. Yeah, that's because it's done curvy and it's done in a system. It's done in a system like like this. This is the system. This is the system that's used. I am not doing good with this one here. Before it gets wrapped into the body of the watch, that's exactly this is the core idea about the watch bands. That is the proper way when it comes to the watch band. That's exactly the way it is. That's exactly how things are. This is the way it works. This is how you know when you pay attention to the watch band, or the way the watch band looks like. That's how you know if it's watch band aesthetic wise, if it's worth something or it's a piece of junk. That's the way you do it. That's exactly how you know. You can see that on this edifice. You can see it because it's not only about the external part, as I demonstrated you. It's not only about this part here, but the same thing. Look how it merges. It goes down, and then here it repeats. It goes down, and the whole thing goes up, 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 till it nicely emerges onto the watch. You see, right? It doesn't go like this. It doesn't go this way. It doesn't go this way. This isn't the way it works. If it goes this way, and it truly does, as I demonstrated you on the other watch band right there, all through the other watch band is straight. It's a kitsch. It's not. Some people say aesthetic or whatever. Design is garbage. Simply a garbage. It's pushing the watch away from, it goes in the opposite direction. It separates the watch from the band. That's what I was trying to make the point. And it's something I explained, I demonstrated to Director Juršič, who became so very excited about, he became so passionate about this watch band. This was his second choice, was this one. The one that you see right there, it became his second choice. Now, this here became his second choice, and his first choice, let me not mistaken, was this here. This stuff here, this was his first choice. So this here is I think it's I don't think it's bad. Look, I don't think it's bad, but I wouldn't go and place this on the watch that has a value over $5 US. I would not put this on the watch that has more than five. If it's worth more than $5 unless I need something that is cheap and I don't want to put expensive watch band on it, I would not bother with this stuff here, because yeah, aesthetically looking, it's garbage. But this watch band has been around since from forever. I remember when I was a child, this watch band was already around. This is a very, very old and well tested, well proven watch band, which people used to wear when I was a child. People liked that kind of a watch band. And then what happened was they pushed one aside because it was other watch bands that came out. It was entire revolution of these watch bands, and they didn't want to wear any of that stuff. Juršič as the third choice as it became more evolutionized, then settled for this type of watch band. Of course, we're talking about the time prior to the smart watches. So this goes really, really, really back in time. Yeah, and he insisted and cried and insisted about not purchasing under any circumstances. I should not purchase this type of watch band that you see here that I had earlier. This type of watch band, even that this one is much more aesthetic. Yeah, this is actually a beautiful watch band because it's a straight watch band and it's not curved. That's a big plus. And the second thing is, you can see it's got some kind of gravura, something engraved in there, which also makes sense. You know, the best watch band for my tastes are the watch bands that are gold and silver. This is what I like. I don't like golden color alone, and I don't like silver color alone. The best I like was a mixture of gold and silver. Juršič only was using a golden plated watch bands. It could be that he was using them in his private environment at home. I do not know. He was demonstrating these watch bands to me inside of the kitchen in our house, wearing the watch like this, with this kind of watch band. He repeatedly demonstrated me this kind of watch bands, and I procalculated this will be the best way to, when it comes to this scumbaggery from AliExpress, Alibaba, eBay, to grab him rather than with a watch for which he was using the models before those were even released, therefore as sample models, to incite, to portray me as mentally ill. That was his idea, that was his goal. I decided I would use instead a watch band he was using. At work, however, he most likely, Juršič most likely was using a black color like that watch band. Something like this probably would be what he was using at work. If he was using the expandable, probably that's what he was doing. But I think that at work, that was time when he probably was even using this here. Let me see this here. And as a matter of fact, I want to make sure that some of a smart ass would not come out and demonstrate him with wearing a watches or something like that. That would be fucked up. No, it can't be seen anything about the watch he's wearing. He's wearing what looks like a smart watch over there again. Nothing based on which I could come to the statements I have just made right there. And this is perfect for me because they all became smart with the smart watches. For me, what matters is this here. The time before the smartwatch was even released. And this is what makes me legitimate as far as Juršič using watches. His personal watch, wristwatches, garbage that relates to Alibaba, AliExpress, eBay brainwash. There you go. Not only AliExpress, Alibaba, eBay, but also Temu. He was also involved in Temu. And he really, really prided himself on what he claimed was taking advantage of me, making us special favors, arranging special favors to Chinese. What this guy also was involved in, what kind of other crime he was involved, I do not know. I know that he is extremely violent thug, a criminal, a terrorist, domestic terrorist, a definition of domestic terrorist. And that's all I ever needed to know. That's all there is to it. I don't care about other stuff. Choice number one for Juršič was, as you see here, he used to wear that. Then, at one point in time, he settled for this thing, at least according to MK Ultra brainwash. And finally, supposedly, for what you see here, for this. At work, supposedly, he was wearing black. It's kind of strange to me. I saw him wearing gold and stuff, like this. He was addicted to gold and stuff. And at home, supposedly, he would wear gold and this and that. So, this is just, it doesn't even matter if this is what it was or whatever. It matters because he talked about this stuff inside of our house, in the kitchen where I seated. This is where he washed my brain with this kind of statements, with this kind of issues. Literally demanded from me not to purchase this band here because the strap, he claimed, is not strong enough. And it's too thin, etc. He said he was giving me instructions on what is good and what is not good also. So, I'm going to use this. This is the video. I don't feel that I did a good job in part number one, so I wanted to improve. You see the same thing, the way it's done. It keeps coming up till it expands into bigger and bigger and bigger, and in this case it's square stuff. But in that one right there, eventually it's even link added to it, to the round body of the watch. So it okay, this is just aesthetic, really is aesthetic about the watch bands, and I remember him the most because of this stuff here. I also have to note that Chinese who learned about all this stuff did not bother to improve the cosmetic look of these watches. When I think about all this stuff here, I think that's really incompetent, I would say. I don't think I am the smartest person. I don't even want to be known as a smart. This is the proper way. And Chinese just would not want he was involved. They knew about it and they would not fix this issue. No matter what, they refuse to fix this issue. They still are selling the same kind of junk, if you ask me, the same kind of stuff, despite being told, corrected, that a proper way of creating a watch band is exactly like this. Chinese are number one manufacturer in the world when it comes to the watch bands, and I think they do them with a high quality for affordable cost, for less stuff that otherwise poor people could not afford anywhere in the world. I think that China, when it comes to manufacturing costs and making accessible things for people that are disadvantaged, did and is doing a great job. There is absolutely no doubt about it. But there is certain issues that China does have completely wrong, and I would not want to get mentally ill about something like this, with my being a pioneer of I'm going to say even AliExpress, Alibaba, eBay ideas on how to properly view many issues as. Chinese went ahead to even suggest me that they do it like this because certain things must be just, not everything must be the correct way, and etc, etc, etc. Well, what is here for me to say? Good luck with it. I think that's a sickness. I think that's a mental illness. That's a definition for the mental illness. This is the same thing like you would, and this is the way it was in my case. Have somebody healthy, normal, and there will be somebody who would be mentally ill, or would have some kind of or would have some kind of disability on him, and will be complaining about. And it was like this. They did complain about, why does he doesn't have this kind of problem and I do have this kind of problem. It was complaints like this. United States of America government even considered them, took them in consideration, and accommodated mentally ill people with it, so that we would be more equal to one another. That's the end of this video. You can feel me, and you can feel the post I have posted on my website about what my opinion is about United States of America. How do I view United States of America as? And why I don't want to see United States of America anywhere on the picture when it comes to my case. It's not time of the year, I promise you. It's not a decision that I make overnight. But if you're in doubt as an American, read this over. Let never ever my case leave you in doubts what my case is about. My case is about this. And my case is going to firmly remain as part of this. Is essential, it's extremely important for me to distance myself from United States of America as much as possible and condemn anyone for a crime against humanity which United States of America exercised against me. Slovenian investigators, domestic terrorists, really terrorists, worse than Al-Qaeda. Serial killers, they go into the category of the serial killers, suggested me to write on my plate on the graveyard. It was subject, one of the subject also was this. I want you to understand how deep, how toxic, how hurtful this stuff was. They suggested me murdered by enemies who were supported by United States of America, supported by the Germany, by France, by Italy, by Scandinavian countries, by Holland, by Spain, etc., etc. And you know what? I was not murdered by the enemy that was supported by United States of America, Canada, greater than Great Britain, Germany, etc., etc., etc. Because I would feel I would be betrayed. It would be bad message, very, very bad message I would give to the world. It's just a matter of fact. Sometimes we do not return from the missions. When we go on our missions, sometimes it's just too bad we don't return. My mission ended when United States of America took I'm not gonna say for the wrongest of the war, wrong turn, but for the worst of the worst, if there ever was anything other in the United States of America than evil, Satanism, which I refuse to believe. It started when I was 3 months old, through the Yugo dictator Josip Broz Tito, and they were not capable. They were not capable to come to terms. They were not capable to come to terms. Anything humane in respect to my case for entire 53 years. That's why I refuse to see myself in United States of America. In my country they say kamor je šel bik, naj gre pa še štrik. Wherever the Taurus went, this is a rope. We have a Taurus tied to the rope around his neck. Taurus in my case is my life. Wherever the fuck life have gone, it can go also the rope. I don't care for the rope either. That's the saying. That's how we say in Slovenia. Kamor je šel bik, naj gre pa še štrik. And it matters. It matters because allowing some demons, Lucifers, Satans, to testify, to provide testimony of any kind for me. It was precalculated they're going to come here to me in the house, one by one, and they're going to testify and stuff like this. They were playing with this stuff during MK Ultra. They're also saying to me, if we will be allowed. If we will be allowed. Well, the thing about it is that when it comes to the štrik, when it comes to that rope right there, nah, it's okay. My blog is done well enough. I don't know how the fuck I did it. Whoever is up there did give me best of his abilities to do entire work by myself, just as I was told sarcastically, you're gonna do it by yourself. And so sometimes we just don't come back from the missions, you know. In some cases, the mission depends. It can be 1 day, it can be 2 days, 3, 1 month, 2 years. Who knows? You go to the military, whatever the fuck you do. And, you know, people get lucky, they come back, and people sometimes don't come back. In my case, this mission went on for over 52 years. And it's just unfortunate, isn't it, that this is the way it ended. But there are demons, there are Lucifers, there are nations, there are demons, there are satanic Luciferian nations. And United States of America just happens to be one that will not be allowed to this house. Not one, not the other, not black, not white. Not of any kind when it comes to United States of America. That's all I wanted to clarify in respect to this issue here. I did mention other issues in this video as well. Under no circumstances would I ever allow myself again to eat myself because of evil like this that was involved in this, that was just craving out there to make damage, to cause as much harm as possible. I wrote about the people from greater than Great Britain that were involved in it, that did not stop short of making assisted death legal in Britain and demanded for me to acknowledge one as through crime they enforced against my father. I don't know, man, but you must be fucking demons. There is probably, and I'm certain, there is no doubt that you don't believe in God. There is absolutely no doubt. There is absolutely no doubt that the satanism, satanistas as you are, evil satanists that you are, that it's fucking mind blowing for me that garbage like this was involved in MK Ultra. Yet this is what makes Anglo-Saxon German culture strong. This is the way it is. In my case, I might not get anything out of this. I didn't get anything out of this. That's definitely true. But at least it should be premonition, it should be warning for the humanity. What they are about and what they have to offer to the people, to humanity. I'm thinking about where exactly did I go wrong with it. I didn't go wrong anywhere. Sometimes we go on a mission and sometimes we don't come back from the mission. This is just the way the life is. United States of America, that's the kind of country. This is the way it is. This is how things are. You won't fucking come here close to this case, I tell you, I guarantee you all. You're never gonna come here anymore. Never close to me again.